Welcome back, everyone. This is the last segment here of Revelations. We've got Jennifer Shaffer. So excited to have her. It has been such a pleasure having you today, Jen.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. It's been wonderful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So now, we did, like I said, we talked about this intuitive investigation that you're working and you're training police officers and FBI and been working and developing that, but you also do regular readings as well.
Yes. In fact, it's made my regular readings even more fun for me because I'll look at a romance as an investigation.
Yes.
Where's that guy?
Okay.
Or where was the past? They usually show me the,
Yeah.
But that I'm like, I'm not good with this love stuff or whatever. Now I love hearing it. Like I absolutely love it. I'm also, I get things that are pretty far out, I've realized too.
Okay.
Like I'll see a situation that won't make sense, but then 3 years later, they'll give me feedback to it.
Right.
By the way, this happened.
Yeah.
It did. In fact, I had a surgeon. He is a neurologist, and he told me, he goes, you said that you were going to that I was going to interview somewhere down in San Diego, but you saw Cedars and you didn't understand it. And he said, well, the person I interviewed with was down in San Diego, and he brought me up to Cedars. Because it didn't make sense at the time.
Yeah.
But he's running a whole department, and it was pretty amazing, just that kind of feedback. But that was 2 years ago when I told him.
Yeah. I love that. I love when you tell someone something and they give you that look like, no, you're like, no way. And then you get that email. Nothing. I think getting, we can't work for the validation, but getting the validation is such a nice little present, isn't it?
It's nice, but a lot of the times the ones that I think are the worst readings because I'm not getting any feedback were the best. They were processing. Those were the best readings. And I don't realize that until much later, or until they tell me or send in a testimonial. But anyway, it's between that and I have a lot of people that search me out for medical intuitive.
Oh yeah, so you do a lot of that then?
A lot.
Okay.
A lot.
And do you enjoy that? Like how do you get the information? Do you see do you kind of do a screen over the body or?
You know what I do is I make them a holographic image and I just tell them to show me because this is
kind of like CSI when it goes zoom.
Yeah. Well, Jack taught me this when he was 6.
Oh wow. Your son.
My son said, he goes, Mom, everybody's a hologram. And he goes, if you understood, he goes, every single part of us is inside a hologram.
Wow.
And he goes, and that's where you can get the information. And he goes, and then there's certain colors. And so everyone comes in colors to me. And for the people that are listening that are intuitive, start noticing colors. Because if you get something that's like dark red, they might have something wrong with their root energy center.
Okay.
If it's iridescent, then that's great. Like and everybody has different things. So if their heart is hunter green, that might mean because they have a bad relationship or they're not open.
Okay.
If it's iridescent green, they might be a healer. I don't know.
Yeah.
It depends on the person. But for medical wise, the colors actually represent a lot.
Okay. Now, so the colors. So the colors that you're getting are the colors connected to chakras.
Yes.
Okay. So you see colors, and then they correlate to the chakras in the body.
And I usually, in the things that are happening to people now, for instance, I actually have a very good friend that has cancer. I told her, and I said to her several years ago that she had it. She went and got checked and checked and checked. They said no. Well, she ended up having cancer in her sternum.
Oh.
And they said that she's probably had it for 9 years.
Oh my
and I was the first phone call, and she's like, okay, well, how do we get rid of it? I'm like, okay, let's just figure it out.
Wow. Yeah.
I got to see her tomorrow. I'm excited about that. But
is she going to give you wine? Chardonnay?
I think we should probably stay away from Chardonnay. I'm up to her. I'll look into it tomorrow morning. But the colors, as well as the things that have affected us a long time ago, like an injury that we've had a long time ago, will affect us now.
Okay. Yeah.
Based upon our emotional centers.
Okay.
That kind of crack open certain things. Not everybody gets cancer because of certain reasons.
Right.
I think we're all born with it. I think it comes out when our resistance is down.
Okay. So we become vulnerable.
Yes, or if we're constantly fighting something, you can be the best person in the world, but if you're fighting the flow of your life,
right,
that's going to have repercussions.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I totally understand. Yeah, that helps. Now, if you have an investigation, okay, does the medical intuitive ever step in for the intuitive investigation?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Because I've actually asked not to see what happens.
Okay.
I just asked them to give me certain no pun intended with bullets, but certain points of their body.
Point. Right.
So if there's a hanging, then they show me something that shows that. They don't show me the person being that way.
Symbols then.
Basically symbols, because the images that I have seen are something that you don't ever leave.
Too graphic. Okay.
So that makes me more detached, which is better. Kind of like having the hologram when I do medical intuitive work. You get detached versus taking it on.
Okay. Yeah. So it just helps kind of keep it at bay a little bit.
As much as I can.
Yeah. Well, you have to, right?
We think we have. We try.
Yeah.
It's to the best human capabilities that I have, because it's like I always explain, it's like going to a doctor. If they have a snotty nose and you're sick, do you really want to go to that doctor?
Right. Yeah.
Right? You're supposed to be the strong one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, what about too, like I know in, say, a regular one-on-one session, I really won't remember. I used to make fun of this one. I used to go to a lady, and I remember one time she's like, I don't remember sessions. And I thought, well, how impersonal. And now, right, you let them go, right? Because you have to. You're so in that zone, and you're so there, and then you have to let it go. But what about this intuitive investigation? So you work on the case.
Right.
Now, are you able to, do you forget the details of the case, or it stays with you?
It stays with me because it's a little different. I always ask for a connection to the mother.
Okay.
Of whatever's in question. And then that takes on a, more of a thing. It's more of a connect.
Right.
And then, the names, everything, when you're doing other work, you don't have to have the names down.
Right.
I connect with the names.
Okay.
It is, there's no way to make it better. It's tough when you're doing it. Yeah.
Right. But I will say, I did see this one show where they were using an intuitive, and, I don't remember that case that having a resolution.
Right.
But I will say it really, honestly, to the family, didn't matter as much as it did that the intuitive was able to give some sort of comfort and details, and just again just that level of, I'm working for you also. We are working for your daughter.
Right.
Somebody cares about your daughter.
And those spirits are trying to solve their own crimes that have happened to them, and they don't want them to be grieving the whole time. They want them to get better.
Do you ever feel, is there ever a spirit that doesn't want it solved?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
They just want it to be.
It's usually in a dangerous situation.
Okay. So that they don't want to lead the family down that road.
Right.
Okay. So you feel that if a spirit crosses over, it kind of still wants to protect its family.
Yeah, because the families usually become victims again.
Oh, wow.
They start fighting for what they want, what they need. They get harassed. It's amazing the things that I've seen.
Okay.
And I'm really sorry. Back to the question that you had before about remembering things.
Yeah.
I remember the emotions associated with it. So the cases are a little bit heavier.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Whereas talking to somebody about love relationships, I'm not going to remember names or anything.
Right.
We have that Alzheimer's.
It's awful, isn't it? I swear, we keep wanting to get checked. I keep going, something wrong with me, and
No, it's for our safety.
I had a grandmother actually that did have dementia, Alzheimer's, and passed away very young. So I'm always worried that.
No, we'll let you know.
But it's just thanks. You'll be like, Colby, time to go.
You'll need a pure savant. It'll take on a whole different meaning. You'll just have to have help guide you where you're.
But I do I think this is spirit needs to work with you that way. Yeah, they have to, and it is. Yeah. But you do build these relationships with these mothers, don't you?
Absolutely.
Like lifelong relationships. And I feel like they really want to work with you and help. They become allies and supporters of your work in general, not just their particular case.
Well, they end up helping so many other victims and their parents, like Tony. She does this all pro bono too, even helping me.
Yeah. Yeah, Tony Ingram lost her daughter.
She is a wealth full of knowledge.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of mothers that, because they had to figure out what happened to their daughters, want to make sure that it doesn't happen to anybody else. We all do.
Yeah.
Collectively.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think just, again, any way that we can all kind of come together for the highest good.
Absolutely.
To just help bring healing, hope, closure in any way that we can. It's, you know, it's all for the good.
Always. More eyes on the unseen and the seen.
Yeah.
It's way better than just one person.
Unless you're home alone, then it can... Well, I mean, it has just been such an honor to have you here today. I mean, it's just been the best time. And so appreciative, just even on a personal level, on a professional level of the work you do. I mean, your work is astounding. It's absolutely incredible, and you know, it is helping people. And you know, I hope people, you know, understand the importance of what you're doing, especially when you're doing it pro bono, and you're taking, you know, you take on these kind of personal, emotional experiences for the benefit of the highest good. So if anyone is looking for Jennifer, go to jennifershaffer.com, and you can find her on Twitter at JM Shaffer, Facebook Jennifer Medlin Shaffer, Instagram Jennifer M Shaffer. do love that we got the Medlin there. It's like it's the fallback. That's good. Oh, everyone needs the fallback. But you know, thanks again, Jen, for joining me on RebelATIONS here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, and this is, I'm so looking forward to your future. I mean, it's going to be, it's
right back at you.
You know, it's so great to see this path that you are paving and the building. And, you know, again, this isn't about you, you know, you're building it for the future.
This is a race for the lifetime. Like, this is I'm like, I have to get this done in my lifetime.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping to do.
Well, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks, Colby.
Thank you.